Like I would have totally bought this for you when we were younger, and
you would have bought it for me. How generous.
Yeah, like the sugar mama that
I was about to say, what were you doing when we were younger that you had a lot of money?
I don't know. I just had a lot of money.
Where did it all go?
I don't know. That's the sad part about it.
Yeah, that's what we're here for. Let's get to the ratings.
I do not like you sometimes. And this Dodge Hornet just buzzed me around.
Oh my God. Please wrap up so we can get out of this video. So this week we have the Dodge Hornet. This is the Dodge Hornet in GT trim, which is sort of the base level trim. And Megan actually drove it more of the week than I did. And weirdly, stay tuned because the Dodge Hornet kind of won her over. Not that I think it's bad, but stay tuned to see her perspective because I was not expecting this.
So at first I was like, it's kind of boring. It's just black. I don't know. But like the more I get used to it, the more...
Because it's the triple black.
It's triple black. It's like a lot of black. Black on black on black.
Black top package.
But I mean, it's got like accents that I think look pretty cool. I think the front end looks pretty cool. I love the all black wheels. These little vents, kind of weird. I don't...
Yeah, it's a Dodge thing.
Oh, okay. And like the little... Like, I do not know that this means it's a Dodge. I think they need to market that better because I wouldn't look at... Like, if I was driving down the street and I was like, oh, I like that car, I would never know what car it was or how to Google it so that I could go buy it myself.
Yeah, they're leaning a little too hard on the symbol.
Yes, I think that should say Dodge somewhere on the car.
It doesn't say on the back, I think.
It does? I didn't think it did.
Oh.
I guess we'll find out later, but I didn't think it did, but we'll see. I like the grille. I think it's a good little compact size. I like the shape of it. I like it. I mean, it's nothing like fancy. I actually do kind of like the little Hornet guy right here.
I think the Hornet symbol's cool.
Yeah, I think he's kind of fun. The name is kind of goofy. I don't know, but like he's kind of cool, and I think he's kind of cute.
So you're a fan of the style?
Yes. Are you?
I think it looks okay.
I like it.
So yeah, from a styling perspective, here's my one complaint about the Dodge Hornet. I think that the Dodge Hornet is actually playing it a little safe. It's based on the Alfa Romeo Tonale, which is Alfa Romeo's new kind of small volume selling SUV. And it's very good looking in sort of the Italian way. And I'm not saying that the Hornet's bad looking, but like I personally think, yeah, well, you like the way it looks.
Yes.
I like the little Hornet symbol. And
me too, he's so cute.
Yeah, bear with me.
Does he have a name?
I don't know. Let's call him Sting. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
Like the, rocker Sting,
No.
like fields of gold.
Oh my gosh.
No.
We're gonna get.
Yeah, demonetized for my Sting impression,
Yeah.
But anyway.
No, I don't like Harry the Hornet or something.
Harry the Hornet.
Yeah, I think that's
okay.
So
Dodge,
cute.
the last vehicle we ever get from Dodge. No, I think the Hornet looks really cool. So my point that I'm making is Dodge does these little sort of symbols really well. They do a good job with the kind of pop culture symbols like the Hellcat and the Hellcat Red Eye and the Super Bee and all these little fun symbols that they do. And to me, the Hornet is one of those cool little symbols. And so I would have liked to see the exterior have maybe a little more of that style overall. I think the front end definitely looks like a Dodge. I think the rear end definitely looks like a Dodge. But then the overall shape, and I know there's only so much they can do with it.
What do you want it to look like, a Hornet?
Well, just have a little bit more aggressiveness, What if it had like a little spoiler that was kind of like a stinger,
Oh my God,
no, seriously. But
no,
I think they could have had a little bit more fun with the design because in this triple black blacktop package, because this is a base model with the blacktop package, and in this triple black, it looks cool, but it just loses some of the contrast, right? It needs some kind of contrasting pieces to show off more of the design. That's just my opinion anyway.
Well,
yours was different.
Your opinion means very little.
Right.
You said they should have a spoiler with a stinger.
They should.
So we're moving on. Okay, see, it does not say Dodge back here.
It does not, in fact, say
I was
Dodge.
right. You were wrong, like usual. Like 99% of the time.
Right, I was going to say, that's just typical life.
Yes, obviously.
You're right, I'm wrong.
It says Hornet. It says GT, which
Does
what does that
say-
even mean?
It's just the lowest trim level.
Oh, so this is a low trim level.
Yeah, it's the base.
Which
means you're not going to
what?
Get your power.
Yeah, power. Oh, this thing.
Yeah, no power hatch.
No power hatch. It's not a lot of cargo space.
No, it's 27 cubic feet.
I can fit in here. Look, I can like fold up in there. I mean, it's enough, right?
Yeah, it's...
If you're getting a small SUV, are you expecting to have a whole lot of cargo space?
No, I would say this is about like the kind of minimum usable. Like 27 is a solid number. It's,
yeah,
it's
I mean,
pretty
you can
decent.
see like this is your little camera bag. It takes up like a third of the trunk.
I also think it's decent for the size of the car.
Yeah, I agree. What is this? I don't like this.
That's just a luggage cover.
I don't like it.
Yeah, well, you can take it off.
Oh,
So
you
strings.
can? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, can I had my stuff back here going to work and it was like,
Oh,
I didn't like it.
let's hope nobody robs you.
Well, I didn't take it off. Like it's there, but I didn't like it. Yeah, so I mean, it's not bad, but like I feel like if you're getting a small SUV, you can't be expecting, you know, all sorts of cargo space, right? It's not bad, but it is not electric, you're right. And it's kind of heavy.
First world problems.
So we already kind of talked about the cargo, but this has 27 cubic feet of cargo space, which sort of is in between the small SUVs like your Corolla Cross HRV type of stuff, and then the slightly larger SUVs like
medium.
small, medium, small SUVs like the CRV and the RAV4. So the RAV4 is like, I want to say 37-ish cubic feet of cargo space, and then the CRV is like almost 40, it's like 39 cubic feet, which is...
this is that much smaller than those?
Yeah, this is quite, like we have a RAV4, right?
Yeah.
Ella has a RAV4. And so this is quite a bit smaller, but I will say this, for the size of the vehicle, like I mentioned a second ago. Did I mention it a second ago? Because we already kind of did this. I don't know. I'm screwing up the edit right now as I don't know why I'm doing this.
Okay.
But for the size of the vehicle overall, it's a decent amount of cargo space.
All right, what'd you just say? Struts on the hood at this price?
Oh, are you recording?
Yes.
Yes, no, this
That
has...
was an honest reaction. We should.
Yeah, this has struts on the hood, which is pretty impressive in this price range. I was fully expecting to have to do a prop rod here, so good for you, Dodge. That's a nice thing. Now, because this is the GT, this has the sort of base engine, but it's not like super base. It's got a little bit of punch. This is a 268 horsepower, 295 pound-feet of torque turbo 4. It's 2-liter.
Can I ask how you remember all these numbers?
Well, I looked them up before we come out here
But
because
you
there's so
haven't
many
looked, I mean, it's not
cars.
like you looked at them before I started filming.
Well, you start to know, you know, like
It's
which
just bizarre
engines
to
and
me.
which cars. But yeah, so
You're like
295 pound-feet of torque in this thing with a 9-speed automatic transmission is pretty good, and they all have all-wheel drive. So that contributes, and we're going to look at this in a second because you'll see the driving impressions from both of us. That contributes to a sort of more sporty character than you would expect from something like this. So Dodge is kind of moving into that space that Mazda used to occupy. Not that Mazda's not sporty, but they're definitely going more in that premium, refined, luxurious kind of thing. And Dodge is kind of moving into, with vehicles like this, a little bit more of that mainstream raucous sportiness. Now, I appreciate it as an enthusiast. Megan actually kind of appreciated it a little bit herself.
As a non-enthusiast.
As a non-enthusiast. I'm not 100% sure a lot of your mainstream buyers, though, might appreciate some of the ride qualities. So I'm going to talk about that for a second, and then we'll get Megan's impression from a more general standpoint. So the notable thing here about the way that the Dodge Hornet drives is that it is trying to do its sporty thing. It really wants you to think that this is like a sporty kind of driver's car. And so the steering is heavy, the brake pedal is firm, all the things that, you know, Megan noticed as a sort of mainstream connoisseur of like vehicles. This thing really, I mean, the steering is heavy and it like you go off center, yeah, and it reacts like right away. And so Dodge is trying to carve out like their own little place, right, in the realm of boring crossover SUVs by making the Hornet definitely on the sporty end of the spectrum. Now, it comes with a little bit of a price. The price is that the ride is pretty firm and generally it's well controlled. I do think over rough pavement, you do get a little bit of side-to-side transition that's not quite as refined as something like a Mazda, which is also trying to be very sporty. It's a little harsher in the Hornet. Some people might not like that. Your mainstream consumers might be put off by this having a sporty ride. And keep in mind, this is like a base trim Hornet. This is the Hornet's normal state of being.
And this is really hard to hold this camera still, by the way.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're going to notice it, yeah, in a car like this. It's definitely going to be...
Cut your head off some.
Well, what else is new? You always cut my head off
you're
when
really
we're
tall, I'm
doing the
best I
driving.
can.
But and so that's my main kind of thing I want to point out about the driving experience. Now, the way that it feels generally behind the wheel, though, I mean, it's kind of fun. It's nice. You got a 295 horsepower, I mean, 295
pound-feet of torque, 268 horsepower. And so that 295 pound-feet of torque is enough of a shove that I think this goes to like 60 in like the mid 6-second range, which is pretty good for this class of vehicle. Also the driving position, the steering wheel, the way you feel in the seats, it does feel like a driver's car. It definitely has a little bit more of an exciting kind of, you know, perception behind the wheel. I just am not sure that people who aren't maniacs like me will want to live with it. Like, you enjoyed it.
It wouldn't bother me.
Okay, you don't think it would bother
I'm
you?
not a maniac.
Well, I just love
it wasn't my
enthusiast cars.
favorite, but I drove it all week and I got used to it.
Yeah, so it's just something that you want to go into this knowing it's not going to be a soft and squishy kind of commuter car. Do I think this is a smart move on Dodge's part? Yeah, I kind of do, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, this is some bad
Lost your
pavement
hold
right
there.
here. Yeah, and there's the bridge joint coming here, and this is a very firm hit for what is like essentially like a crossover vehicle. But I like that Dodge is doing this. I really do. If Dodge is going to get in this space, they're trying to give themselves sort of a unique foothold in the space. Now, as I mentioned, this is based on the Alfa Romeo Tonale. And what do you associate with Alfa Romeos? You associate driving. Well, fancy, but you associate driving. Alfa Romeo is a passion brand, a driving enthusiast brand. So I think that that DNA being kind of infused in this makes sense. I can feel it. Like, this definitely does have more driving passion in it. What I would like to see, Dodge, if you're listening, is why don't you push this more in the marketing? You're trying to make this have a unique kind of perspective. It does. You should be like shouting from the rooftops that this is a different kind of crossover vehicle, because it does feel like a different kind of crossover vehicle. And the fact that it won you over, to me, is proof that they're on the right track with this.
I agree. When I first got in the car, it wasn't my favorite. It's kind of, I thought, well, kind of, you know, like, oh, it's just gonna be a car. It's not. But as I drove it through the week, I actually started to like it more than I thought I would.
It does grow on you.
Yeah, it really grows on you because it drives really well. I love the steering wheel. It feels great. It has the thing here that I don't like, but the feel of the materials I think are nice.
Yeah.
It's very basic. Like, it doesn't have heated seats. It doesn't have, is that this version or does
Yeah,
it
this
none
is
of that?
actually a base model.
Yeah,
So
like
it's pretty well equipped for a base model.
yeah, right. It doesn't have like the fancy stuff, but like it has enough stuff, I think. And it's got the little tiny screen, which is a little small. And you know,
It's
one
funny,
thing.
that's a 10.3 inch screen.
But I think it's because it's so wide.
That's the thing, but like we're getting so
It
used
makes
to
it
giant
seem so
screens.
small.
Yeah.
It's the aspect, like
Literally
the ratio.
just 2 or 3 years ago, people would have been like, what a big screen.
Yeah, but you know what's one of my least favorite thing is that when you have CarPlay on, which I would think most people would
I
have
thought
their
you were going to say
CarPlay.
good things.
No, I do have a lot of good things, but
Okay.
this just made me think of it. Most people would probably put on their CarPlay, right? And when you have
Yes.
CarPlay on, it's like really long and skinny, and everything
Yeah.
is really small, and the clock, the time, is like teeny tiny in the little corner.
Yeah.
The clock time down here
Is
is
teeny tiny.
teeny tiny
Yeah.
in the corner. So anytime I'm like trying to figure out what time is, it literally takes me like a minute, 30 seconds, I don't know, to like find the time because I know where it is, but it's so small you just can't like see it. And
Well,
that really bothers me.
CarPlay gets a little squished on this.
Yeah, but it's also squished here. Like there's nowhere where there's a good time display, which I know it's not a huge deal, but it bothered me throughout the week. But I really like how it drives. It has the automatic engine turn on off thing, which some people like, some people don't like. I thought it was fine.
It's
It doesn't
okay
bother
in
me.
this car.
It doesn't bother me. I think it drives really well. I think it brakes the brakes are a little soft to me. So, like you have to push them harder than you think you should.
Well, no, the
What
pedal's
does that mean?
firmer.
The
Like,
pedal's
it's
firmer, okay.
firmer. That's more of a sporty thing. This thing is trying very hard to be sporty.
Okay. I like to be able to like touch and the brakes do what I want them to
Yeah.
do. Is this where I turn?
Yes.
Okay. All of a sudden I just forgot.
Which actually we're going to see because it is sportier. We're going down this bumpy road and it's
Oh,
going to
this
get
road.
hard to hold the camera.
Yeah. So I don't love but I mean, I got used to them as the week went on. But it's like, I feel like it's the perfect car for like when we were younger and you had that little Mazda you had.
Right, my
Like
old
this
Mazda
would have
3.
been a perfect thing for you to have. Like you had a little bit of a commute. You didn't really take the kids much in your car.
Well, they weren't born yet.
But I'm saying, can you let me say my talk? We had a kid when you had that Mazda.
Well, a baby.
Yeah, but we never put her in that car. Like this would have been a perfect car for you.
Yeah.
Like you've said, this is like the kind of car we would get one of our kids.
Yeah, it's about that size.
Yeah, like it's perfect for that kind. It'd be perfect for like a college kid. It'd be perfect for, like I said, someone who commutes and doesn't like carry family members with them, like children or something. Because it's just like, it's like just all the right things and none of the like extras.
Yeah.
Is what I think. But like I said, it grew on me. I thought I was going to be like, oh, it's so basic. I don't want a basic
So
car.
basic.
So basic.
Pumpkin spice.
I know. As soon as I said that, I was like,
Oh, God.
but you know what I mean. I thought it was going to be kind of boring and blah, but it really, like, I actually like. I'm going to be a little sad when it goes.
Yeah.
Like I feel a little. Do you feel the bumpies?
Yeah.
I'm feeling a little attached to it. Now, it's not very roomy. The back is. I mean, I haven't sat back there yet. I will shortly, or maybe I have already.
At this point, probably not.
Probably not. I'm a little nervous to sit back there.
It's because it's in between. That's the problem. Is it's sort of priced
right, but
as
like
a better
how much
version.
does it cost?
This one is fairly affordable. This one's $33,000 with the appearance package.
See, like I mean, is this having appearance?
Yeah, it's
okay.
it's called blacktop. That's why it's all black.
Oh, I do like the all black.
Yeah, you like that.
I like the black on black on black. That's one of my favorite things.
Yeah.
So like
And
I
this
think it
thing
looks
is, like,
good and sporty.
Quadruple black.
And
Black
the
paint,
inside,
black wheels, black interior.
I mean, it's got like stitching and it's got leather. Like it looks really nice.
It looks like it's more expensive.
Yeah,
than
it really does. So, I mean, I would really recommend this car, honestly. And I did not think I would say that. So, but I really like it.
Yeah, I think people would be
TBH.
surprised by this.
I think so too.
But if they compared it to something
But-
like the Corolla Cross.
Can I tell you one thing I don't like? Or this rear view mirror won't move.
Yeah, the rearview mirror does appear to be
Like
stuck.
literally, it won't move.
Yeah.
So like I'm having to drive like this to be able to see out the rear
Yes, viewers, in case you're wondering, I tried adjusting it as hard as I'm willing to do without
trying to break
off.
it. Yeah, and
you're right.
it like doesn't
100%
go.
feels
And I
like
thought
it's
like
not
maybe there's like an electric thing.
No, not for a rearview mirror.
Well, that's what I was
Yeah.
thinking, and so I was like,
No,
but anyway, that won't
that's
stay.
straight up weird.
That's
Italian, man.
But it's very smooth drive. Does it get good gas mileage?
I think it's down the bottom right. We're averaging about 25 to 26. It's not bad.
Bottom right. Oh, I see it. Oh, 25 miles per gallon. Okay.
Yeah.
So would it be a good commuter car? Yeah. Right?
I think it'd be fine.
It's not too
You're
bad.
going to get close to 30. Part of the reason it's actually not higher is because I had it idling a little while ago while I was filming. So, so it's probably
So you
been, I would
messed it
say,
all up.
26 to 27 range.
So you messed it all up.
Yeah.
And I like the seats. They're actually like really comfortable. They're like
Yeah, they're
small-ish.
sporty, they're bolstered. Yeah.
Yeah, like you can feel them around your
Oh,
body.
yeah, you can't
Is
be
that the
fat and drive
sporty?
this car.
Yeah, you really can't.
Yeah. No fat people.
No, Jack, that's terrible.
Well, hey, someone might be obese and want to know if they can get a Dodge Hornet.
Yeah, the seat is not very big, but you can like feel it all around you. So like, which I kind of like. Like I feel like why do people pull right out in front of you?
I don't know.
So interior, I already said this, but I really like the steering wheel. It like feels nice and smooth. It has the little thingy here I don't like, but it feels really nice and smooth. I like that. The seat, you can see like the leather and the stitching like goes all throughout. So it's kind of nice. The seat is not leather. What is it? It's like
a textile.
yeah, it's like some textile, which I mean I think is not bad. It's all black in here with the red stitching, which I think looks really cool.
Yeah, the contrasting stitching
Yeah,
looks nice.
and you can see the seat like how it comes up on the side. It like hugs you, and then it like hugs you here, which I kind of like.
Good bolstering.
Yeah, but it's not huge. So if you need like a whole lot of space, it's not a whole lot of space. It fits the stand, but barely fits two stands.
Oh, well, it's impressive if it does. I'm surprised it fits the stand.
No, it does, and it does fit two stands, but you can't really get them in and out.
Yeah,
in a usable
that's not
fashion.
gonna work.
But it did fit them. Is this a charge pad or just like a thing?
It is in a better trim.
Oh, I was gonna say I thought it looked like it, but it didn't really look like it.
No, this is basically a base model with the blackout appearance package.
Oh, so it like looks like you don't have a base model, but you have a base model.
Exactly. So this is appealing. I mean, for 33, I think this is a solid.
I think so.
car.
Yeah, and like I said, I mean, I like the way it drives. I like the way it looks. This is the little screen we're talking about. I don't mind how small it is. I don't like how rectangular it is.
Yeah,
Because
they definitely go on widescreen on this.
Yeah, but it blows off it messes up the proportion of everything. Yeah. I think so. I don't love that. I mean, what is this thing? Oh, that's a volume rocker thing. Huh. I just used this guy. I didn't notice that was there. Yeah, I don't have any problems with it.
All right, so you can clearly see that at almost 6'6", I fit perfectly fine in the front of the Dodge Hornet. Okay, we're just going all the way down. Yeah, all the way
like
down.
A span so they can see your feet and see that you actually do fit.
So I do fit in the front. But as you already talked about some of the things you enjoyed, I want to point out a couple of the options that you get. They're not even options. It's things that you get in the Hornet as sort of standard equipment in the GT trim. So you get the 10.3-inch infotainment screen, which, as you said, is a little bit wide with CarPlay, but it's a very nice screen. I mean, that looks very nice for something in this class. The thing that really impresses me is the 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster. So you have a nice high resolution digital gauge cluster.
You know there's a mode you can change it where it's like boring and then where it's got like red fire.
Yeah. You can change it with a sport button here.
But I don't really know why you would not want
press the gauge thing. And the sport button kind of sharpens up the throttle and stuff as per usual. So even though it's a base model and you have the digital gauge cluster, it also has some fun little additions, which I really like that. I like that Dodge is making the effort there. And so in the base model, you don't feel like you're in a base model. You also get power folding mirrors, which is super impressive. Now, there's got to be a drawback, right?
Yeah, so, the rearview mirror doesn't move.
Well, yes, as we said, the rearview mirror is not great. But the drawback here is with the safety systems, you're getting some decent safety systems like collision alert. You get the
but that collision alert is a little dramatic.
Yeah. It definitely is you can't miss it, right?
Yes.
You can't miss it. You also get the radar cruise, but you don't get lane keep assist. So you don't get in the Honda Toyota systems are more comprehensive, especially the new Toyota Safety Sense. I think they're on 3 point something now. Has a ton of stuff that comes standard. So that is a little bit of a ding in this sort of family car category, is that you have to step up a little bit in the technology options to get the full kind of safety suite. Not the end of the world, but just something to keep in mind. But yeah, from an interior material standpoint and stuff, it feels like you're in a more expensive car than you are. Seats are great. So I was really surprised. I had read somebody wrote something that they thought the materials of the Hornet were lackluster. To completely disagree. Yeah, completely disagree. I think this looks like a very nice space to be for this price range.
She's better than I thought. I'm not gonna lie, because this seat feels so. This gotta be fake leather, right?
It's fake leather, yeah.
But it feels really nice. I'm
the
actually super
interior
impressed.
materials are solid.
Yeah, and this back seat is kind of cushy, and now I'm sitting back behind how I would drive, which is the same way he drives, which is a person who drives really far back. So normally this seat would probably not be back this far for 99% of the population. So a person, I'm 5'9", and I can sit behind him driving. Now this wouldn't be super comfortable for any long period of time, but I could do it if I needed to, and you could scoot the seat up if you could scoot. You could scoot the seat up if I asked you to. Skirt. Which you would, because you're a smart husband.
Right.
Who does
but
what I ask.
But I would not have a lot of space to do that.
No, but you would have a teeny bit, and then I would have just a teeny bit more, and then we could go to dinner. But I don't know why I would be
not
behind
on vacation.
You. No, not on vacation.
Torturous.
But
trying
for
to
a
fit
short
me
person,
back here, right?
if you had a short person driving and a short person riding, I don't hate it.
Or children. But I was trying to segue and you talked over it.
What did you say?
I said torturous, trying to fit me back here.
Well, we're gonna do that, obviously. I thought we weren't doing segues.
No, oh, jeez.
Watch you try to squeeze in here. You can't do it.
So, this is a nearly 6'6" person sitting in the back of the Dodge Hornet. Now, let me say this. This is a marginally smaller vehicle than something like a CR-V. It is sort of around the same size as a Mazda CX-5, but bigger than a CX-30. In the CX-30, I literally could not even get my leg into the vehicle. In the CX-5, I could barely get into the vehicle. So you're kind of in that same range, right? But if you want to get a small-ish SUV that can also do family duty, you're probably going to want to get something like a CR-V or a RAV4. One of the Korean twins, the Kia Sportage, has a lot of space. This is going to be more in that kind of Seltos range. So just keep that in mind. If you have a tall family, it might not work for you. So, wrapping up this video, I would say that the Dodge Hornet actually really surprised both of us, because coming into this, I was super underwhelmed by what I had seen about the Dodge Hornet. I was like, okay, Dodge has to move away from the Chargers and the Challengers. The existence of the Hornet made complete sense to me, because whether you like it or not as an enthusiast, Dodge has to sell cars, right? And moving into this small SUV space is where all the volume is. So
is this their first small SUV?
It's the first one in a while. They had the Journey and stuff like that, but to be fair or not fair, depending on how you look at it, Dodge's previous small SUVs were all kind of crap. And so you had the Journey and the Caliber and stuff like that, and they were not super great cars. And so this is kind of their second, third, fourth, fifth, I don't know, depending on how far back in history you go, chance at the small SUV category, and they've gotten this one so much more right than some of those ones that they had in the past, both in style, driving dynamics, interior materials, all this kind of stuff. Now, Negatives. Yeah, there's a few little quality gremlins, like the whole rearview mirror thing.
Did you
Not
say gremlins?
Well, yeah, gremlins. Like, in the movie Gremlins where they
I
tell
do,
you
but do
put
people-
water on them and they
never
become
heard it used
gremlins.
in
Yeah,
that.
everybody our age got that. But like things like that rear view mirror thing is a little disheartening, but the material, like quality of the materials is good. It's just some of that fit and finish, is a little, something to worry about maybe, but I'm very impressed. Very impressed. I thought this vehicle was way better than I expected. It's enjoyable. Yeah, I was trying to say enjoyable. It's enjoyable to drive. Truly, it truly is enjoyable to drive. Maybe for mainstream people, they might not love it, but I am impressed. And as usual, I'll let you take it away because you say they always want to see you at the end and not me.
Facts.
Maybe they can comment down below if they're a me fan.
No, me.
Yeah. Okay.
Bye.
So I'm rating the car. Now,
You say that like you've never rated a car
I rate
before.
every car.
This
Okay,
is
but
like
let me ask
literally
you,
the
am I
thing you
rating
do
this?
in every video.
Okay. Am I rating this on like a 1 to 10, like a 10 being a car I want, or am I rating this on a scale of for this particular car?
Does
that make sense?
Are you debating your own rating system?
Yeah,
Are you
because it's
questioning-
making me nervous.
What is the whole
because-
point of the rating system? I thought
Okay.
it was based on what you think of the car, not whether you want the car.
Okay.
If it was whether you
Well,
wanted
I'm
the
just
car,
thrown off
everything would just be a
because-
full-size truck or SUV.
Yeah, well, because we had that Sequoia last week, and I just
Well,
really
yes,
want
we
it.
did have one of your favorite cars of all time.
And so my heart is like pulled still. But
Yeah.
so would I drive this car? No, this is not my cup of tea. But is this perfect if you want a small to mid-small? Is that the range?
Small, large, small.
Yeah, size SUV that can get pretty good gas mileage, looks pretty decent in a low trim. I bet it would look like really nice in an upper trim. How much money does that add?
Well, you can get this as a PHEV, like a plug-in hybrid.
A PHEV.
Yeah, but that goes up. You could option this thing all the way up to almost $50,000.
Okay, that's crazy.
Which that's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I think this car
I think
is perfect
the lower
for a
trims
low
actually
trim. I do
make
too.
better sense.
Like I would have totally bought this for you when we were younger, and
You would have bought it for me? How generous.
yeah, like the sugar mama that I
I was
am.
about to say, what were you doing when we were younger that you had a lot of money?
I don't know. I just had a
Where
lot
did
of
it
money.
all go?
I don't know. That's the sad part about it. So it's perfect for a teenager, or perfect for a college kid, or perfect for, someone in their 20s who doesn't have kids or whatever. Or, someone who has a small little family. Like, I think this is great. That outside, now, let's rate it. The outside. So
Yeah, that's what we're here for. Let's get to the ratings.
I do not like you sometimes. Okay, the outside, I love that little Hornet. I think he's a real cutie. And I love the black on black on black. And I really I know you don't love the way the outside looks, but I love like the little funny little butts shape. I really like it. I don't know. It really grows on me. So for this species of
Species?
What's the word I'm looking
What
for?
are you
This
saying?
class-
of vehicle? My God.
I knew
How do we
species
even
wasn't
have
right.
subscribers?
For this species of vehicle, I would give the outside of it like probably like a 9 out of 10. I really like it.
Wow.
Yeah, I really like it.
So
And I love the all black. I'm
pretty
not
good.
rating any other version. I like the black on black on black.
okay.
And I love the wheels. Oh, but I'm taking a little bit off, like because of it doesn't say Dodge anywhere. Like I don't like that. I think that's weird.
Yeah.
The interior, I'm gonna give her like a 9 out of 10.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I
can see
love
that.
the way it looks. I think it feels great.
It does look
I
good.
like the seat materials. I like it. The way it drives, let's go 7 out of 10.
Oh, okay. Going down to 7.
So steering is like, you have to like really,
yeah.
was
You got tired of the sportiness.
Yes, the steering is hard.
It's heavy.
It's heavy,
Yes.
thank you. And then the braking is soft, firm. What?
You mean you push hard on it to get
I
it
have to
bite?
push harder
Yes,
than I want to
so
have
it's
to
firm.
push. It's firm. Okay. That feels wrong, but I'll trust you. And yeah, so I didn't, the driving is not my favorite, but I got used to it over the week. It would not make me not want to buy this car. So overall, I'm going to go like 8.5.
Oh, pretty
What-
good.
Yeah, I
Go-
liked it.
go
I
Dodge
liked it. And
Hornet.
I did not think I was going to like this. So I came in with a negative attitude, and this Dodge Hornet just
Well, there you
buzzed
go.
me around.
Oh my God. Please wrap up so we can get out of this video.
It stung me in the other direction.
Oh my God.
It stung me straight and made me love this car.
You weren't straight before?
I don't mean like that. I meant
Wow.
like it put me on the straight path to liking this car.
Okay, that got way too complicated. Just wrap up the video.
Okay,
Like, subscribe, please.
Okay, if you want to see more of me making
anymore.
a ridiculous fool of myself, then please like, subscribe, ring the bell. Are you done? Oh, we're rolling.
Yes.
Hi.
Oh, we're rolling.
We're rolling. Oh, I didn't know. I'm gonna turn my camera self on.
You have a different self for cameras as you drive across the middle of the road.
It's
Maybe
not.
we should
It's
cut
those
that out.
new things they put on the road.
Yeah, so
And
you
you
don't
can't-
drive across the middle of the
Okay,
road.
sometimes you cannot tell me that sometimes when you're curving, when you're
When I'm curving, when I'm you turning the vehicle,
Yeah. Well,
box around my face.
yes, unfortunately.
Oh,
you know,
very
it's not
fun.
good as your hair.
Very funny, very funny.
Should've gotten
I
a
was gonna
haircut.
get a haircut, didn't have
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, well.
All right.
Yes, the boxes around your face.
Okay. Well, I'll just make sure it was recording, so you
You
didn't
know
miss
what?
it like last time.
Oh my
It wasn't
gosh.
recording.
You're about to lose your assistant here.
All right. All right.
Okay.
Stand more in the middle here.
Tell me what to do. Who knows that? Nobody knows that.
Dodge fans.
Dodge fan. Is that a thing? Is that a category of people? Are there Dodge fans?
Yes.